Hello, family and friends. Is everyone having a good time tonight? Can I get a big round of applause for the most beautiful bride and my new brother-in-law? Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank Ethan's side of the family and friends for welcoming Brittany and our family and friends with such open arms and with so much love today. Round of applause for that. And then I'd like to thank my family and friends for probably sneaking in non-alcoholic beverages that's definitely just water that no one will know about. And hopefully we won't get confiscated like we did at Rocky and Michael's wedding, Wesley. I'm counting on you to keep us out of trouble for that one, okay. Okay. Personal shout out to my father for being the fun uncle. And my mother for being the loudest aunt. And together for being the best parent duo there is. So anyway, I'm Brianna, the co-maid of honor, also known as Chichea, which means little sister in Chinese. Brittany calls me that in Chinese. Don't ask me why, because we are not Chinese. Sorry, Wesley and Ethan. Also known as Buena, Banana, Auntie Banana, Big Eyeball, Quackers, Yanni, Copycat, Guani, but most importantly, Hien's little sister. Hien being the bride, I'll be referring to her as Hien from now on, because that's what I call her. And I guess Ethan's little sister now too, which he didn't get to choose, but I hope he's somewhat happy about. Congratulations, Ethan, on the best day of your life. You now have two awesome sauce little sisters. Shout out Emily Doe. Okay, I'm about to get serious. So I've known Hien all my life, obviously, and we've had our fair shares of ups and downs. I've thrown a piece of food at her while I had a knife in my other hand. She's punched me in the face before, by accident, of course. But regardless of all the name calling and scream fights and the craziness that comes with having a sister, I couldn't have asked for a better sister to be mine. Behind the scenes, Hien, you are one of my biggest supporters in life. And what many people don't know about is how you basically got me where I am today. You walked in literally every aspect of life so that I could run in every aspect of life. Did you save all of your take-home tests in college that had all the answers on them for me to study later when I had the same take-home test? Maybe. Did we also collect answers for us too? Possibly. But literally everything I know how to do can be traced back to you. Whether that be you leading by example or straight up passing down organizations, research projects, test answers to me, you taught me how to navigate this world, and I've never asked for credit or anything in return. And I wouldn't be where I am today without you. When we started med school in different cities, it really sucked. Because for the first time in my life, I didn't have you next to me to lean on. And when you move away to Arizona soon, I will probably be lost for a while too without you. Thank you for helping me get this far. So besides what Hien has helped me with my academic life, she's also helped me on a much deeper level. Growing up, I often felt like a trophy child, just a kid that was really good at stuff and loved because I was good at stuff. It was sometimes hard to know if people loved me for my accomplishments or if I'm lovable as just me. I still struggle with this today, but one of the only people that has truly made me feel unconditionally loved is Hien. I don't have to be perfect for her. I don't have to excel in life for her. I could fail tests, flunk out of med school, be all versions of me, and she'd still love me the same. When I've been at my lowest in the past couple of years, which is like all the time in med school, she doesn't ask me why I'm struggling or why I just can't keep going, but instead just tells me it's okay to not be okay. And shows me that I am loved even if I can't excel. And that's the thing about Hien. For the people she does love, she loves hard. She loves harder than anyone I know. She's the most loyal friend there is. Like, so loyal that anyone who is mean to me better watch out because Hien will be meaner to them. And fortunately for me, I have had the pleasure of being Hien's sister and friend. Ever since we were little, we've run in the same friend groups. And Hien, the friend, is as compassionate and caring as Hien, the sister. So I get to double dip. She can make someone... Also, this was in Baek Doin's homily today. A lot of the things that were said about Hien were in Baek Doin's homily today, so it's going to be like a repeat. But she can make anyone who usually dislikes their birthday start to like their birthday because of how much she celebrates them. She is the hostess with the mostest and plans to the T like no other, just for people to come together and have fun. She is competitive and will beat you at any game you play and might also cheat her way through just to beat you. Shout out to my mommy for that trait. So as her friend, you gotta be prepared to lose 100% of the time. But if you have her as a friend, you are 100% losing and 100% winning in life. You see what I did there? Okay, now a little bit about Ethan. When I first heard about Ethan, he didn't know what his name was. Seriously, the first thing I ever heard about Ethan was that he didn't know what his Asian name was. He didn't know if he was Chinese or Vietnamese. And he probably definitely didn't know that years later, he was going to be the best addition to our family. After Momo, of course. Before Ethan, dinner conversations were only about medicine that I couldn't even partake in yet. Our dinner conversations are still about medicine, but now he and my dad can talk about the same topic, like a new flashlight or a truck. Literally anything and everything under the sun for forever without realizing that the girls started talking about something else like 10 minutes ago. Before Ethan, we only had 2 weirdos in the family, Mommy and Hien. And now we have 3. Before Ethan, there was no Emily Doe in our lives. Now I have the best, cutest, silliest little sister ever. Shout out Emily Doe again. After Ethan, I've benefited from his ability to solve every single little problem ever. Even if it's not that big of a problem, even when I don't want a solution to my problem, Ethan has a solution. If anyone has problems ever, minus emotional stuff, consult Ethan. After Ethan, I've learned how his steady, unconditional, calm love towards Hien is something that I should look for in my future partner. After Ethan, I've gained another big brother who's also a pharmacist. Who's also really good at every sport he plays. There seems to be a pattern of characteristics in our family, who fits in our family better than anyone else I could have imagined. Ethan, thanks for loving Brittany. Hien, thanks for loving me. And that's all I have, so.
Hi guys, Happy wedding day! Everyone, give a big applause to Brianna. That was an awesome speech. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna top that, but I'm gonna try. Okay. So, first of all, I was not quite sure on how to start this because giving speeches is not my thing. But I'll just start with a letter. Dear Brittany, sorry, it's sorry starting. You have truly been one of my longest friends. One may think 8 years of friendship might cause us to run out of things to do or to say or to listen to. But one thing that I always appreciate about you was how easy it is with you. Easy to talk to hang out with, and to learn from. I will always admire how much drive you have with anything. Getting Momo, because she got straight A's, that was her incentive. Making it into medical school after she graduated undergrad right away, and into residency to Tucson, Arizona for radiology. And most importantly, for this day, getting Ethan to date you. I can still remember sophomore year of college, we were working out and running that we vowed to get boyfriends that year. That didn't happen. But you know what ended up happening was your growing friendship with Ethan that year. I remember all the jokes. Dr. Trubitz is that him? That's apparently they had so much chemistry the professor noticed and was making jokes about it. And I should have realized with the frequent meetups with Ethan, from eating Brahms ice cream to watching a horror movie with him, to hang out his apartment and watch you tease Ethan by hiding his remote controller in the fridge, that there was definitely something more than liking Ethan as a friend. Brittany, you have always been supportive in any decisions that allows me to be happy, like moving out of state, getting a dog as well. Shout out to Kala, my baby. And even something simple as changing my hair color. I am extremely grateful for our friendship. I hope to continue to be a constant in your life as you are much in mine. And I could not have been any more happy that you were able to find another constant in your life, which is Ethan. Which leads me to Ethan. Dear Ethan, having to have gotten closer to you in the last few years has been nothing short of adventures. I'll admit, the first time we met, I thought you were a nerdy-looking, casual, and nonchalant guy. That's because that's how Brittany described him to me when she first met him. And now, I still think you are a nerdy-looking guy, but with better clothes and outfits because of Brittany. She was determined. And actually, since dating Brittany, I've witnessed the growth you have done to yourself. Both of y'all bring out the best in each other. Ethan, you allow Brittany to become her authentic self with you. You are truly willing to learn from your mistakes. And most important, you care and make her happy. I cannot think of any other person that Brittany is destined to spend her life with besides me. Seeing the both of you together on this beautiful day, all the hard work put into this relationship to get where you are, now has been not short of admirable and inspiration. I wish you guys great joy and constant happiness and growth wherever you guys go. I love you guys both. And to end this speech, there's only one thing to do now. It's a little contribute to Hamilton.
I'd like to toast to the groom,
To the groom, to the groom, to the groom,
to the bride,
to the bride, and to the bride.
from your sister,
Sister.
who is always by your side, to your union,
And to the revolution.
and the hope that you provide.
Provide.
May you always be satisfied.
A toast to Brittany and Ethan on this beautiful day.
Hello everyone, my name is Helmond. I'm the best man. I just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight to celebrate Ethan and Brittany. It's been amazing, and seeing everyone just being so joyful and just being happy for them. I just love to see all that. Brittany, you look lovely tonight. So I've known Ethan for about 2,602 days, roughly about 10 years. It's 2,000. Me and Ethan met the first day of chemistry class. I was walking in, I was late to class, like always. And I walked into class and I saw Ethan just sitting in the front desk. I was trying to find somewhere to sit, and he gave me a little head nod and I did it back to him, sat right next to him. After that, we went to lunch, talked the whole day, and from there, that's where I met my best friend. And just all started from a head nod. Now I always tell myself, as simple as a head nod is, you can just tell Ethan has a pure character, and everyone just wants to be his friend. So I was thinking about what to write about. I spoke with Adam over there. I was trying to figure out what to say about Ethan. You know, Ethan, there's just so much about him, but it's very hard to put into words. I think he's just like a very special person, so it's really hard to just describe him. But I decided to break it down to three of my favorite qualities to just describe about him. First and foremost, I think Ethan is the king of creating awkward situations. I can't count the amount of times that he just starts talking in the most random places and just saying things that should not be said, and I'm just crying, laughing in the corner, just praying for him to stop talking. My favorite story would be in OChem class. Ethan would just always say things to me while we're sitting in class. I'm trying to pay attention, and I would just start laughing over and over. It got so bad where the professor threatened to kick me and Ethan out of the school and report us to the dean because we laughed so much. But this is why I love him so much. He just says what comes to his mind, and he has no ill intent about what he says. He's just saying it just to say it. Ethan is also a jack of all trades and master of none. In every friend group, you have a person each person has their own hobbies and traits unique to them. But Ethan somehow found a way to have something common with everyone. Either it's him watching anime with me or going out to get food with me. And then once he's done with that, he's going to the gym with Gabe, working out for hours, then come back home, playing basketball with Adam, then going somewhere else and just hang out with a different friend. He has a special ability to bring people together by showing genuine interest in everyone's hobbies. He knows what every one of his friends loves, and he will learn about it to create a connection with them. It's truly amazing to see how he cares so much about others, and he never wants anyone in the group to be left out. So he will make sure he can get along with them just so they feel involved in everything we do. And that leads me to my final point about Ethan. Ethan is the most kind-hearted person I have met in my life. As long as I've known him, he always goes out of his way to help whoever, whenever, whether you're close to him or not. This isn't a story I've ever shared with him, but this is probably the most special thing he's done. During our first year of college, I didn't drive, so I never got to go home and see my family. I was just always alone in the dorms whenever everyone would go home for the weekend. And I remember one day, Ethan left, I think it was chemistry, we got done, and we were all just back home, and everybody's already gone home. It was just me there that weekend. And he came up to me and he said, he finished back and came up to my room and said, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" I said, "Just probably staying here." He's, "All right, pack up, let's go home." And this is the first time I've gone home the whole semester to go see my family. He said, "We'll just go get food." He said, "We'll just go get food and he'll take me home." We went to my house. He met my parents for the first time. And you would think he's known me for 10 years. Introduced himself to my parents, gave them hugs, talked with them, just cracked jokes with them. And I was just like, I've known this kid for 2 months. But I've never shared the story with him, but this meant the world to me. Like, I never once ever complained to him about me and out seeing my family. But for some reason, he could just tell I was sad that I never got to see them. And I really want to thank you for that. You know, it's not just the fact that you took me home to my family, it's that you instilled a life lesson to me, is that not to think about yourself. Always think about others first. You know, you didn't have to do that, and you went out of your way to do that for me, and it meant the world to me. But I always say it's crazy how fate works sometimes. You know, that head nod was the foundation of our friendship. Just as right after that happened, we left class, and as we're walking out the hallway, me and him were just, in our fashion, being lazy and never want to work. We were just complaining about how hard that teacher was. I was like, "Hey, let's switch classes." He's like, "Yeah, let's do that." So we switched out of that teacher's class and went to her husband's chemistry class. And we walked in, it would have been Wednesday. We walked in, and the first person Ethan saw was Brittany. And Ethan immediately went over to where she was sitting and sat right next to her. And this is a different person I've known him for 3 days at this point, different person. He was smiling cheek to cheek, just happy to see Brittany. Every single time I went to that class, he was just super excited to see her and talk to her. I third wheeled for an entire semester. But, oh, this is a joke I had. But I'm really glad to have met, that fate brought Ethan and Brittany together. She brings out the best of him. There have been times where Ethan has been just low and down and just not motivated to do whether it's school, work, whatever. But whenever he speaks to Brittany, talks to her, she keeps it 100% with him. She doesn't sugarcoat anything, tells him how it should be, and you just see him just, all right, yeah, I gotta get this down, knock it out. And I've seen him just progress throughout life, and it is just awesome to see. They share so many of the same characteristics, especially when it comes to bringing people together and making them feel welcomed. Whether it's her sitting next to Ethan when we argue about basketball or anime, or Brittany chasing me around trying to beat me up because I stole her camera. My favorite moment with Brittany was when I was going to Tulsa to go take my board exams, and I was stressed out, and I just I couldn't think straight for weeks. And I remember I went up there, and the second I got there, Brittany didn't ask me about my test, didn't ask me about, she was like, hey, you want to go get some cookies? I was like, yeah, sure. We went and got cookies, we came back, we spoke for hours about absolutely nothing, went to bed, went and took my test. That entire night, all that stress just disappeared, just being with Brittany. She just makes you feel at home every time you're with her, and it was what makes me sad about the both of them leaving to Arizona. I love you both so much, and I know I'm gonna miss just randomly calling you and talking to you both, going out to dinner with you two. But as I finish out this speech, I just want to leave you off one thing. I was looking through some verses to leave y'all with, because I think as much as you love each other, the number one priority is your love for God. And you should keep that throughout your entire relationship, because that's the foundation for everything. So this is from Romans 12, verses 9 through 12. Don't just pretend to love others, really love them. Hate what is wrong, hold tightly to what is good. Love each other with genuine affection and take delight in honoring each other. Never be lazy, but work hard and serve the Lord enthusiastically. Rejoice in our confident hope, be patient in trouble, and keep on praying. All right, and this cheers to Ethan and Brittany.